The Brickyard 400 was a great return to the NASCAR calendar. It's great to see Indianapolis Oval back on the schedule, as much as I did enjoy the Indy Road course as well, in spite of, or sometimes because of, those curbs. It was good to see so many different cars come up to the front at different points. I mean, John O'Donnell even led quite a few laps over the course of the day. But in the end, it was a person who had tried to do the double back in the month of May, who managed to get their Coke 600 special livery, which was revived for the Brickyard 400, across the yard of bricks first, and that was Kyle Larson. Managed to benefit from the late race cautions and it becoming a fuel mileage race to hold off Tyler Reddick and Ryan Blaney, with Bell and Wallace rounding out the top 5. After that, it was Gilliland, Cindric, Suarez, Gregson, and Chase Elliott. Now, Chase Elliott, I want to talk a little bit about quickly because he had been performing well, and then he got docked for a pit line penalty. And it's funny because NASCAR having a debate about track limits is always fascinating in some way or another. Be it a road course like, say, Watkins Glen, or in this case, the pit road at Indy. Because, yes, they allowed them to stray past the first white line that was on the exit road. They didn't allow them to stray past the second one, which is onto the racing surface, and Chase Elliott took it as wherever the concrete ended was the track limits. But the more that you say, okay, you can go onto the actual racing surface, even though it's not on the racing line, the more likely you're going to have, a kind of LePage style situation. So I understand why it ended up being a penalty for him in the end. But to be fair to Chase Elliott, it doesn't really harm him too much. The person who's come out of this the most unfortunate or unlucky in terms of incidents is probably Kyle Busch. Ends up being classified as 25th when he was running top 5 late on. Now, obviously, he was more or less in a must-win scenario, but he's just made the situation even worse for himself. He's now 112 points below the cut line. Meanwhile, with only a handful of races left until the playoffs begin proper, the playoff picture looks like this in terms of the bubble. So below our 12 winners, you have Truex, who's 108 points to the good, Gibbs, who's 42 to the good, Buescher, who's 17 to the good, Chastain and Wallace are the bubble. And it's 7 points between the two of them right now. Then after that, it's Briscoe, who's 83 out, and then Busch, and then Todd Gilliland, who has been running really well this season. And then you see McDowell, Berry, and Gregson, who, well, I mean, pretty much anybody who's not Bubba Wallace at this point is in must-win territory. But I wouldn't exactly say that even Buescher would be safe at this point. Heck, we've still got 4 races left easily. We could get another 4 winners. I mean, it is the Cup Series after all, but it would be highly likely that the winners would be people who are in that bubble. I think Wallace is most likely to point themselves in out of the 4 cars above the cut line, and then the 1 car that could probably feasibly point themselves in outside of the playoff picture. But heck, if we have 2 or even 3 different winners in these final couple of races of the regular season, could be another situation where it's only Truex pointing himself in. I don't know, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching, hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.